All right, welcome, fellas, to another episode of the Lounge podcast. You know what it is. You got your boy Sherm. I'm gonna be running the point today, but we gonna hold it down. We gonna have a good show regardless. You feel me? Let's get everybody introduced. We got the boy L. Say what's up to everybody.
I'm good, fellas. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm good. It's good.
We good. To the right of me, we got the one-time kickball champ, Mr. Rico back.
One time.
And you know they can't cool right now, but that don't matter. He here with us.
Okay. Ain't gotta do all that now. All right, though. Have you little fun with your little team now. All right.
And last but certainly not least, he coming to us from the car. Tracy, what's good, boy?
What it do, bro?
What it do, indeed. We got an excellent and excited episode today. First things first, fellas, we got to talk about it. My Boston Celtics up 2-0 in the NBA Finals. So let's talk about it. How you guys feeling about the series so far? Has it lived up to your expectations? What do you think the Mavericks got to do to get back into it? Let's talk about it. I want to hear y'all's takes and y'all's opinions for sure.
I'm going to go.
I feel like that this has been the most boring finals I've seen in a long time.
What?
Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm a Sixers fan, I don't know, but it's just been a boring finals. But Boston been doing what they supposed to do. Dallas, I don't know. We don't know where Kyrie is right now.
You can Dallas the whole time.
I don't know, bro. I feel like that, and I also want to say this too. Porzingis just went down, so I don't know. I feel like it might go 6. Porzingis was the deal breaker for me. I felt like he kind of gave y'all the edge. And I don't know like the extent to his injury. I don't know how long he's supposed to be out, or if he's even going to miss the next game. I seen him say, I think it said day to day, and I think he's going to try to play through it. But I believe that injury. What you know what the injury was?
So it's basically a torn medial retinaculum in his ankle.
That's an ankle?
Yeah, it's an ankle injury. Basically, it's you have all those muscles around your foot and your ankle and all that stuff. So basically, he tore the seat belt, so to speak. So when that's torn, all those muscles in there can easily shift out of place. So it's not so much of an injury that he can't play. The concern would be without that being right, is he going to injure something else, worse?
They think already tender. They don't about to fall off the bone.
They don't want to risk further injury. So my guess is they're going to sit him out for game 3, okay? And depending on the results, they might bring him back for game 4. But obviously, if we go out, we win game 3 without him, we can just sit him for the rest of the series probably. But I think if we go out, we lose game 3, I think it'll be up in the air whether he returns for game 4, game 5, or the rest of the series. But I think he will come back if the series gets tied up. But if not, I think they'll just be very cautious with him, as they have been all season.
I feel you. I do want to say this before I pass it to somebody else. Man, it's almost time to have that conversation about Tatum too, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, we'll get into that later.
We'll get into that conversation, bro.
Get into that later. But I want to focus right now on Dallas. What does Dallas need to do to get back into this series? What do you think, Mr. Trenchcoat?
Kyrie gonna have to. I feel like he getting in this right spot. He just ain't hitting, man. I feel like this game is gonna drop, man. I feel like he gonna come through this game, but I feel like it ain't gonna be enough still, man. Because Tatum, he had been hot, so it's just a matter of time that he gets hot. And when he gets hot, that's when it's gonna get over, bro.
Let me just say this real quick. I feel like that Tatum will get hot and they're gonna lose.
Nah, bro.
The game that he snapped, bro, they're gonna lose, bro.
Well, see, it depends on how everybody else is cooking.
Yeah,
But
you
Mr.
right though.
Rico, we ain't heard from you yet. What are you seeing on Dallas side of the ball? What's been hurting them?
I mean, Kyrie definitely got to step it up, but more than Kyrie, they role players got to step it up too.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not seeing the same thing I seen the last 2 series. I mean, the last 3 series. I'm not seeing it. So I'm gonna need them to step it on up. And I feel like the role players step up, you'll see a major difference. Honestly, I do.
Absolutely.
It really come down to like, I mean, I feel like them being in Dallas now, I feel like the role players are gonna step up. So we're gonna see. Should be a better game. Ain't no Porzingis. We'll see. I don't know. He might play. I don't know.
One thing I was talking to Jairus about earlier, we was talking about with Porzingis being out, how that affects the game. And he he was pointing out to me, he was like, that that the Mavericks, they throw a lot of alley oops. They be throwing somewhere between like 5 or 6 a game, and with Porzingis in there, they only been like getting off 2. So I don't know, bro.
You know what's funny about that actually is it's not really Porzingis who's been guarding their centers. Most of the time, it's been Jason Tatum guarding their centers. If you look, Jason Tatum, he's normally the one they put on the center. They bring him up, he switches on to Luka. So I think for all the warts that we've been putting on Jason Tatum, as bad as he played offensively, he's done a great job on defense, battling with those bigs on there. The biggest thing with Porzingis being out is his rim protection overall. He's been a big major issue with his help side defense, right? When Kyrie's driving, I think that's been part of why we've seen Kyrie struggle. When Kyrie's driving, he's going into Porzingis, who's coming off on the weak side to block his shot. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we also have some of the greatest shot blocking guards, Derek White, Drew Holiday. You look at the stats; they're 2 of the best guards at blocking shots. So their rim protection has been a major factor in this series as well. So we got to give Boston's defense a lot of credit, right? They have good defensive players. Everybody 1 through 5 has been guarding up.
Brown been locking up too.
And when I look at Boston's defense, a lot of what they're doing is they're disrespecting Dallas's role players. They're saying, listen, we're going to let Luka get his 30, 40 points, whatever. We don't trust the rest of y'all to carry the slack. And they've been proven right so far. Dallas hasn't scored over 100 points yet in those 2 games. They've been held under 100 both games. But as you said, we're going to see what happens when they go back to Dallas, to the AAC. There's nothing like home court advantage for sure. So Boston did their job. We're looking at Dallas to do the same.
Kyrie said he'll see y'all in 5.
See y'all in 5. Kyrie said a lot of things, and that haven't come true, okay? Oh, come on, man. We ain't worried about Kyrie. I will say Kyrie hasn't hit a 3 at all in the first 2 games. He's like, for whatever from 3. But some of his 3s have been wide open, and we know Kyrie can hit them. So that's a little concerning for me.
I feel like it's only a matter of time, though.
Only a matter of time, right? But with Dallas, they need Luka clicking. They need Kyrie clicking. They need a third guy. And Jason Kidd even said that. They need that third guy. In game 2, PJ Washington, he was hitting a little bit, but he's not making his 3s.
Yeah.
So I'm actually surprised they're not putting Tim Hardaway Jr. out there.
Nope.
He's not the greatest defender in the world, but this is a guy, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can score, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like Jason Kidd just lost faith in him at some point for whatever reason, but I am kind of surprised we haven't seen him more in this series. But let's switch things over to Boston side of things, right? You mentioned it earlier, so I'll let you get your little ISO off. Go ahead, get your Tatum slander off. Obviously last episode I came on here, I was defending Tatum.
So we just said where Kyrie been at, but it's just like, man, I don't know. Can you necessarily say that Jason Tatum had bad games? Because first game 1, 16 and 11 rebounds, and I think what was game 2, 18 and 12 assists. You know what I mean?
22 shooting.
Yeah, it was 6 and 22 and 1 for 7 for 3s. he had a bad night shooting the ball, but can you necessarily say that those are bad games from him?
I mean,
so, go ahead.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go
About
ahead.
Tatum. I feel like good point is valid point. Are those bad games? I feel like overall, you can say they're not bad games. Honestly, I feel like where you can draw the line or where it could be a bad game is his offense. He maybe could pick it up a little bit, but defensively, and I feel like overall playing like if his shot not going, he playing like he doing like that dirty work. I give him that. He do dirty work sometimes. So like he playing more like a glue guy right now. So I gotta give it to him. So like I feel like he doing whatever it takes to win the game, even if he not scoring. So I gotta give him kudos on that. I give him a little something. That's it.
That was really my point. Like I really have 2 main points. First of all, we sit up here, we knock guys all the time. We say they're not a winner. They're not a winner. You know, we have this argument about James Harden all the time. People say James Harden's not a winner. And it's not because when in the playoffs he just doesn't score. It's because he's not doing things to impact winning. And I feel like Jason Tatum has at least been doing things to impact winning, even though he's not, scoring 30 points a game. And I also think people are comparing Jason Tatum to a lot of – I think comparison is the biggest issue right now for Jason Tatum. We're comparing Jason Tatum to a lot of these other stars that we're seeing. We're comparing him to LeBron. We're comparing him to Luka. We're comparing him to Anthony Edwards. Instead of just saying this is his own player, he's figuring it out. He has his team on this stage, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, as long as he wins the ring, nobody going to care. But right now, he just has that spotlight. A lot of people are comparing him. But the second point I'll say is this. Obviously, being a Celtics fan, Jason Tatum is one of my favorite players. I watched so many of his games. And I will say this. The biggest flaws in his game, the biggest issues, Dallas is defending him in the right way to exploit every single one of his flaws. And I think that's another issue that we're seeing right now is literally every single flaw in his game that he has, Dallas is just picking at that. Mm-hmm. So we see when he's driving, he doesn't like to finish through contact all the time. So every single time he's driving, they literally send 2-3 defenders at him just to meet him right in front of the basket. I'll say this, another thing, the refs have been horrible. They're not giving him any calls, but that's a story for another day. But you can literally watch the games. Every single time he gets to the paint, there's somebody coming. And that's why he's been able to get a lot of the assists off, but also some of his layups that he's just chucking against the rim. It's hard when you got 2 7-footers right there with their long wingspan getting at you. Jason Tatum really struggles against length. And that's what we're seeing. Dallas is throwing a lot of long bodies at him when he's driving. I think another thing that Jason Tatum really struggles with is making those quick decisions. He really likes to survey and pick apart the defense and then make his move. But a lot of times Dallas is not letting him do that because he has to think, where's the help coming from? Who's going to be open? Who's going to do this? If I drive, who's going to be there? I think that's been really impacting him. And I also think a third thing is his mid-range game. He's not getting to it at all. And that's something that I want to see moving forward a little bit. His 3-ball, he's sneakily been a bad 3-point shooter in the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
If you look at his entire career, he's sneakily like 20s, low 30%. But a lot of the times he's either dependent on chucking up a 3 or getting to the rim. But he's missing out on that in between. He got a lot of mid-range buckets that he clean up. But I think he's been playing good. He's been doing enough to win.
Yeah.
But if the games have been closer, if Dallas had, let's say Kyrie had been hitting, we're going to need Jason Tatum to step up. So what about you, Mr. Trenchko? What do you feel about the Celtics' perspective of things? What do they need to do to close out this series? Oh, you
unmute your mic, bro.
Nah, you ain't get audio.
You might want to leave and come back. But we can't hear.
Boy, go ahead. Right.
Go ahead.
That was really my whole thing with Tatum the whole time. About like, okay, when y'all winning, y'all blowing them out. Yeah, that's cool. But what about when the game close? it's in crunch time. You need him to go get a buck. I mean, if you ask me, if I'm being real, if Boston win, I got a strong feeling Jaylen Brown get the MVP.
I think it might be Drew.
I just know I got a feeling it's not gonna be Tatum though. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
So I think definitely Drew Holiday. He's been hooping.
No, Drew definitely has.
Yeah, bro. Drew been showing up, bro. He been, bro.
He'll get a vote for me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm cool with that.
So look, I want to ask you this though. Especially with you being a Boston fan. I know you seen the comments Jason Kidd made. How you feel about that? Do you feel like that Jaylen Brown is the better player between him and Jason Tatum?
Absolutely not. I don't think that at all. I think Jason Kidd knew what he was doing. He was trying to stir the pot, play little mind games, and it didn't work. And here's the thing, right? People are always trying to divide Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. People are always trying to say you're either on one side or the other, right? It's kind of like the LeBron-Jordan debate. And I'm like, why can't we sit up here and say they're both great players? Yeah. Personally, I think Tatum has the edge only because he's been a better playmaker. But I can also acknowledge Jaylen Brown has been hooping out of his mind, and this playoff run has been some of the best basketball that we've seen out of him.
Right.
And I also know from a basketball perspective, a lot of the things that Jaylen Brown is doing is because Jason Tatum is getting double teamed. Let's be honest, right? You can watch the games and see a lot of Jaylen Brown stuff is because of the attention and the gravity that Jason Tatum is pulling. And I feel like if Jaylen Brown was getting doubled and having the best defender on him from the other team every single game, I think that he would struggle and he would go 6 from 22 like Tatum is. We saw that when Miami was guarding him, the way Miami Heat always defend him so well. And I just don't think that he commands the same attention as Jason Tatum, so he can pop off a little bit more. And also it's a mindset thing, right? Jaylen Brown, he's a more aggressive player than Tatum, all that stuff, right? But I think they're both great players. I love both of them as a fan, right? And I just want to see both of them succeed. I just want to win this ring so everybody can shut up. That's all I care about at this point.
If Drew Holiday keep playing the way he playing, it's over in 2 games.
Absolutely.
I feel like he's the real MVP right now because he being scrappy and he hitting the shots he need to hit. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, Tatum, you know what I mean? He been chilling, but once he get on, I say them boys putting up like 120 or. I feel like Dallas ain't got enough, man. And Kyrie, and like I said, I feel like Kyrie haven't been having bad games. And I think his just shooting has been off. Like he be getting to the right spots, but the shots ain't getting knocked down. You know what I mean? So it's like, would a series be different? You know what I mean? If them shots he normally hit was getting down, because he get to his spots. If you look at the series and watching the games, he been getting to his spots. He just haven't been hitting, bro. Like I don't know what's going on, but hey, we'll see, man. But me personally, I think it's over in the next 2 games.
Yeah.
I think
like
Dallas
the boys
win
is locked in
game 3
right now, man.
I feel like Dallas wins game 3. We take care of business in game 4 and game 5. That's how I feel personally.
I feel like it's over in game 3.
Who knows? The other thing I will mention is neither team has really shot well. Dallas, we know in game 2, their free throw shooting was abysmal, and they haven't been hitting their threes at all.
That's what I'm saying.
The Celtics, the same way. The Celtics, I mean, it's rare. We have guys like Sam Hauser go 0 for 5 from 3. I think Derek White was 2 for 7 from 3. Obviously, Tatum hasn't been hitting. We're a lot better at shooting the ball than we've shown. So that's another thing, especially if Porzingis is out. We're going to miss his shooting and his spacing for sure.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I think shooting variance plays a big role in a lot of these playoff games than we think, right? I remember the first round, everybody was freaking out when we lost game 2 to Miami. And then you also look at game 2, Phil, Miami shot and they hit 28 threes? Like it's only so much you can do at some point.
Right.
So we'll see which team can come alive. But I think
I'll say one thing too. Also, Porzingis length too down there, because they're gonna miss that length too, man. Like I really hope it all work out, man. But I just feel like the Celtics still got enough to get rid of him and forward, bro. Like if stuff don't change with Kyrie, knocking down his normal shots and stuff, it's over, bro. Like I don't know.
And I think another point that people aren't talking about enough is this Luka Doncic injury stuff, man. And we saw, he started off hot in game 2, but at the tail end of the game, he was playing really, really bad. And even defensively, he's not even putting forth any effort.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that really gets to me, man.
Nobody.
That's the thing that gets to me is we sit up here, Tatum's trash, Tatum's this, Tatum's that. But I look at it, Tatum's up 2-0. He nearly he was one rebound away from a triple-double. And he's up 2-0 in the series. Meanwhile, you have Luka Doncic, who has 30 points, 3 assists, 8 turnovers, playing terribly on defense, and nobody says a word. That's the part that gets
I just feel like they.
You got a point there.
I feel like
they get the points. That's it. We're taking the points.
I just feel like people more on Tatum. I don't know, because I feel like he got other people saving him, bro. Like Luka really don't have like really anybody else like that's really balling.
Nobody.
As much as he is, bro. Like that's why I say if Luka can drop 16, bro. Luka could drop 16 in the game and they lose him by 40, bro.
That's a good point.
And if Tatum drop like 5 points and the rest of his team can have 30 points and they'll still pull it off, because I don't know, bro.
They just got depth.
That's a good point.
They got a lot of depth, bro. Like that's what they definitely got a lot of depth. They definitely got a lot of depth.
At the end of the day, obviously I'm biased, obviously I'm gonna feel a type of way, but at the end of the day, I'm like, why are we getting penalized for having depth? Why are we getting penalized?
That's really how it's supposed to be,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
That's just how it shakes out at the end of the day. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit up here and say Tatum's been playing like our MVP. Like, he hasn't. He's been shooting terribly. I think he's overthinking a lot of possessions. And I think he's settling back to some of his bad habits that he's had in the past. But that's just the part that gets to me is like, at the end of the day, he's winning the game. Like, why are we so upset? Why are we knocking him? All this stuff.
Just because
his teammates are good. It is what it is.
Boston gonna get all the hate, though, man. You already know that, though.
For sure.
Anyways, any other thoughts about the finals that y'all feel like? What's y'all predictions now? Would y'all change anything? How y'all feel?
I got it 4-0 still, bro.
I think they're gonna sneak one in there. I got it 4-1.
I think at the beginning I said Celtics in 6. I think we're gonna end it in 5, though. That's how I feel. It's gonna depend on Porzingis, though. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I think they could win without him. Horford been doing a legit enough job to, to get y'all past, to really, sweep them. Yeah, I feel like y'all can still sweep them with Horford, though. I feel that way. Like,
it ain't even Horford. It's the backups that we worried about. Tillman, Cornette. Obviously, they gonna do a good enough job on the bigs, but I mean, you switch Luke Cornette on the Kyrie Irving, he's getting cooked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he
versus Horford, Porzingis even they've been doing.
But is he gonna knock them shots down though, bro? Like,
we don't see that. Hey, first of all, I ain't worried about Kyrie Irving. I'll disrespect him all day, but Luka Doncic, yeah, he gonna hit them. That part scares me.
He definitely gonna get it.
Kyrie gonna be scares me, man.
I don't know.
And I think that was another tactical thing from the Mavs that I noticed is they were switching Luka on the Tatum, and Luka was low-key cooking him. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be something we need Tatum to play a little bit better defense on that, because Luka was cooking Tatum a little bit. Obviously, without Porzingis there, they're going to keep picking on Tatum. And I think a lot of the load is going to go onto our Celtic stars. So we definitely need to take care of business if Porzingis not going to come back, because the longer this series go, I feel like the more in trouble we are.
Bro, I think if Porzingis not playing, I still think it could go 6-7. Honestly, I do. It depends on how game 3 goes. Honestly, because if they get up 3-0, it's over. It's over. It's over.
It's
Absolutely.
over for man.
So,
If they win game 3, then we'll see. We'll go from there.
But y'all know what it is. Like Kobe said, job ain't finished. We up 2-0, but we not satisfied. I feel like we down 2-0 right now. I feel like that's how we down. So we gonna come out hungry. I know I am. I know Drew Holiday is. I know Jaylen Brown is. I don't know if Tatum and them gonna come out hungry though. We gonna see.
Jalen, I don't know about Tatum though. I don't know.
But let's move on, guys. We got another thing to discuss. Obviously, the Celtics are in the race for banner 18 right now. Let's talk about the team across the country that's just as historically significant. The Los Angeles Lakers. They've been in the rumor mill a lot, you know, with this head coach.
Man.
We thought it was going to be JJ Redick. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was this Dan Hurley stuff. I mean, so what do you guys feel about the Lakers? Like, what's going on? Was this smoke screen? Like, are they just playing around? We got people calling Genie Bus broke. Like, what's going on?
They do smoke screens all.
I feel like that Dan Hurley just didn't want to get set up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically, like, if they have a bad season, or who's to know how they're gonna look after the LeBron era? Is they gonna be ready to get rid of him? You know, so I think he just want job security, which he already had at UConn. He's the man over there. So.
It's funny you say that though, because I feel like for me, if I'm Dan Hurley, I got an opportunity to coach the Lakers. They're gonna be paying me a lot of money, and even if it doesn't work out in LA, there's still gonna be a bunch of colleges and maybe even some other NBA teams that are gonna be willing to give me a shot. So I feel like he had nothing to lose. I just don't think he was that attracted to the Lakers situation and their roster at this point. What do you feel like, Rico?
I kind of agree with you, though. Really, I feel like it come down to him feeling like he didn't want to get in situations where, like, kind of like the last coaches kind of got blamed for the roster, the personnel not being in the right position, and it kind of sucks. Kind of like Frank Vogel, he kind of sucks. You know, even the coaches could do better, but they still weren't gonna be able to do nothing with their personnel, no matter what coach you got. So.
Question. Let me just throw this in there. Do y'all feel like that Darvin Ham was a good coach?
Nah.
Me either.
I don't think he was good, but I don't think he was as bad as everybody said he was.
But like I said, I said on the previous episode, it's not going to matter who the coach is if their roster is not going to be
Phoenix
elite. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, LeBron and AD, we know what we getting from them. But the rest of the team got to shape up. Austin Reeves took a step back. D'Lo, he's feast or famine. We don't even know what he's going to do with free agency. Rui, I mean, everybody was in love with Rui, but he's a scrub. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's going to be the rest of the roster at the end of the day that's going to shape up what they got going on, you know?
I feel like D'Lo out of there, though. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I feel like he gone.
I feel like that Hurley probably would have took the job. Like, if well, I mean, LeBron is a free agent. I mean, it's not even guaranteed that he come back.
I think Hurley trying to build a legacy at UConn.
Yeah,
for real.
But what I think that he may have took the job if maybe if it was like no chance that LeBron was coming back and AD won't there, because I feel like that if you're gonna take a job in the NBA, like ideally you want to come and you want to try to build your own culture, and you can't do that. Not with LeBron and AD already there.
Right.
Well, let me ask you something. Do y'all think if they would have made him, like, hypothetically, if they would have made him the highest paid coach in the league, y'all think they change anything?
I don't, because I think he was using it as leverage to get more on his UConn contract anyway. For Dan Hurley, I mean, this past week couldn't have gone any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got interviewed by the Lakers. I got good buzz there. Now I can use that as leverage in my contracts with UConn. I can stay at UConn, be a bigger legacy icon than I already am. And like I said earlier, at any point, let's say next season, 2 seasons from now, at any point, he could stop and he can go, I'm ready for the NBA. And he can have his pick of teams. I think that was the biggest thing right now is he wasn't able to fill out the market. It's so late in the process, right? I mean, we already had Brooklyn hired their coach. Who else hired their coach already? Phoenix already hired their coach. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I feel like next season, when we're earlier in the process, who knows, right? Let's say the Celtics collapse in the finals and they lose. I can see Joe Mazzulla getting out of there. And I think that job's very attractive, right? Or let's say the Knicks, they implode, right? I got an opportunity to coach the Knicks now. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different teams and better situations. I feel like that will be available to him if he just waits for a year. So I think he's in a good spot.
Yeah, he definitely in a good spot.
I feel like he one of the most secure coaches in America right now. Like he ain't
for sure.
What do you guys think about the Lakers' next move now? Is it going to be JJ Redick? Like, how y'all feeling? Gut instinct.
Coaches right now.
It's definitely going. I feel like it's definitely going to be JJ now.
Yeah, because I think Borrego, whatever his name is, I think he's looking at Cleveland. I want to say.
Yeah.
So,
you said who?
James Borrego.
Looking at James Borrego.
Oh, okay.
So
personally, if I'm the Lakers, I would prefer James Borrego. I think he's actually a pretty good coach.
I think AD like him too, if I'm not mistaken. I think
the problem with Borrego in the past, he's been in developmental situations, and I don't think that's his coaching style. I think he's better suited for a win now roster, which you'll find in LA. My thing with JJ is I just don't know if he's interested being LeBron's little whipping boy and his little puppet. I don't think JJ's interested in that. I think JJ wants to coach, but I think the more he thinks about it, I'm not sure he's in love with the Lakers right now.
Yeah,
I'm getting.
I think JJ kind of want to stay on that same kind of just playing field. Like they do the podcast together, like the same thing. Once
right.
Coach player, everybody knows it's not going to be a real coach player relationship.
So let me ask this. So we now I'm like JJ Redick just because I'm a fan of him. I've been a fan of him since Duke. But as a head coach with no experience, what attracts you to JJ Redick?
For me or the Lakers side?
The Lakers side.
I think the fact that he's a player, and he's pretty recently removed from the game, I think that really attracts me because player coaches really relate to the players. We see what's going on in Dallas with Jason Kidd right now, right? Joe Mazzulla played, all that stuff. So I think former players are really, really popular nowadays in coaching searches. So I think that's one thing. Another thing is he has the respect of LeBron. And I think the third thing is that he's new. He's young. So they can kind of mold him and use him, like I said, as a puppet. And I think JJ's kind of resistant to that. But I think that's really what's attracting them right now is that he's just somebody they can bring in. They can say, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we need from you. We're going to move forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The more I'm starting to think that Bron and JJ Redick set this up on purpose. This podcast just to show the world that JJ Redick knows some basketball IQ. He got some IQ, So I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Nah, he definitely got IQ, but IQ don't make good coaches.
I feel like they're gonna put the right people around him that to help him out.
For sure.
It's still a lot to ask from, though. When you really sit back, like this job, is a lot to ask from anybody.
There's so much stuff that goes into coaching, man. Like it's more than IQ. You gotta understand how to relate to.
He don't have no kind of experience at all. Like no assistant.
He coached kids.
Facts.
He coached his son.
Yeah.
Who?
That's his highest level. His highest level is like grade school.
I hear a lot of people comparing it to like Steve Kerr when Steve Kerr came to coach the Warriors. But what people don't remember about Steve Kerr, he was an analyst for many, many years. And then he was a GM in Phoenix for a lot of years. So he is at least around the game in those circles, in those conversations for a long time before he joined the Warriors. I just don't feel like JJ has been around that long enough. But also, I don't know JJ. I ain't never spoke to him. I ain't never went into an interview with him. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh, he can't coach, he's a scrub. You know what I'm saying? Like stranger things have happened, right? But from my perspective, from the outside looking in, it's just something fishy going on. Like, what are we doing hiring coaches with no experience? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They coached the Lakers at that.
Bro, to be honest, I don't even think they know what they want to go now. I think they lost after that Dan Hurley situation. It's just spiraling right now.
You think they won't expect him that? They won't expect him to turn it down.
They lost now. They don't know what to do.
I think I knew it because
So
as soon
what
as they
coaches
said
are out there though, except what's the dude name? I forgot his
Borrego.
name, but
Borrego.
yeah, what other coaches is out there though?
It's not many, bro.
there's always coaches at the end of the bench, you know, that
Yeah,
we
you
don't
can always
think
try
about, like
somebody
top
out.
assistants.
What about Monty Williams? Like, is he still out there?
No, he got a big boy contract.
He's
with,
in Detroit. We'll
with
see it. Even if Detroit fires him, I don't think he wants to get back into coaching right away.
If they fire him, that's a good bag. I'd be at home
Yeah, for
feeling,
sure.
boy. What?
I mean, you got Sam Cassell. We'll see if he wants to coach.
I've been seeing his name.
But I don't think him and LeBron have that relationship right now. So that's another thing about going into coaching. You got to have the respect of LeBron James and a good relationship with him.
I think that I seen something. Now I don't know how true it was, but I seen that Sam Cassell, if they was to bring in JJ Redick, Sam Cassell would be on the coaching staff.
Yeah, I seen that.
Man, whatever. He in Boston right now. What we let him go for? Heck no.
He just got there. He was with the Sixers last year.
You know who else they should hire, bro? If they want to hire a former player, Jared Dudley. I'm calling up Jared Dudley. I'm saying, come be the coach of the Lakers.
They've been throwing Rondo name out there too.
Hey, shout out to Rondo. He just got married. He ain't ready to coach right now, bro.
That is it. Now that's a valid point. Now we just speaking him as a coach. I feel like he could be on the staff, though.
Ooh, they might as well bring Kendrick Perkins at this point.
No, stop.
Yo, I think that team. Yo, that team would be crazy, bro.
Every game gonna be on ESPN, TNT.
No bull.
Every last one of them, they gonna be zoomed in on the bench. They gonna be showing everybody.
You can see Big Perk drooling in the huddle.
Anyways, guys, I got this a last little segment that we gonna end things off on. So I got a couple teams. You know, we think about the offseason, the draft, free agency, all that stuff. So I got a couple teams, and you got 3 choices. All right, 3 choices.
Right.
Should they blow it up and tank? Should they upgrade, or should they stay the same? All right. You have those 3 choices: blow it up, upgrade, or stay the same. So the first team I want to talk about, Cleveland Cavaliers. How you guys feeling?
I like one of y'all go first.
Oh, blow it up.
Think about that, man.
Rigo said blow it up. Why?
That's an easy one. Because it's Michonne is not working, and not just not working. Look what you're competing with. You gonna have to beat Boston. You're not gonna be close to being able to do that with that roster. So yeah, you gotta do something. That ain't gonna work. And I think Donovan Mitchell want to go anyway. So
really,
blow it up.
I think they're gonna stay the same. And I feel like
Donovan make a major trade. I don't know.
I feel like Donovan Mitchell ain't trying to go nowhere. I think he's gonna get that big contract extension, and then next year, once he gets that contract extension, then he's gonna start pushing for a trade.
Now they can make some history with that contract. Nah, okay, I'll sign it too. I ain't gonna lie.
I think that's what he's gonna do. Similar to kind of what KD did in Brooklyn. When KD re-signed in Brooklyn, then all of a sudden, a couple months later, he's like, "I want to go to Phoenix." You know what I mean?
Right.
That low-key been a trend. People get their contract, and then next year they got or even by the deadline.
That's good business.
I'm not mad at it. I promise you, I'm not.
Els, what you think about Cleveland? What you feel like they should do?
Me personally, bro, I think that I wouldn't be upset if they kept it. I think that lineup, if like on a good day, I mean everything got to be clicking. I feel like that lineup could compete with almost every team in the NBA. That's a good team. Garland, Mitchell, who I can't think of their small forward.
They went to 7 against the Magic, though. Come on now,
bruh. But I mean, yeah, I guess you're right there. But you got Mobley and Allen. I like that team, bro. That's a good team. And then they got Karis LeVert. They got LeVert off the bench. Who's their starting small forward?
I think it's
Max
Okoro.
Strus.
Oh
Strus.
yeah. Well, Strus. I think that was rotating him in the playoffs. Though. I think that
Him
was
and Okoro and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that team. I wouldn't be mad if they kept it. But like Fed said, I did hear that Mitchell's looking for a trade. But I heard that it's like either or because I heard that Garland said that like basically him and Donovan Mitchell, their play styles don't mesh together.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what Cleveland needs to do. They need to pick a direction.
But who do you keep?
They need to decide between Garland and Mitchell, and they also need to decide between Mobley and Allen.
Yep.
Because Mobley's coming up for his contract extension.
He is.
Now you looking at Evan Mobley. Do I want to give him the max? Well, this dude can't even put up 20 points a game. Do I really want to give him a max? That's some things that you got to think about. Or do I trade him away, get a bunch of assets while his value is high? I don't want to sound blasphemous. Don't get me wrong. But at a certain point, players show you who they are. Okay? And hear me out. You look at Philadelphia, they had Ben Simmons. What happened? They gave him a max. Same thing with Minnesota. Andrew Wiggins, they gave him a max.
I think when people get a feeling, they just show they just act a fool. I don't know why.
Sometimes you got to know for sure. And I don't think we know for sure about Evan Mobley yet. So this upcoming year is going to be a prove a year. I got to know for sure before I give you this money. Because otherwise, we're going to have some problems down the road.
You're going to be looking to get paid, too. Yeah. You're going to be looking
but I don't think I want to give him that max, though.
I wouldn't give him that max.
It's hard for me to do that when he hasn't been consistent at all. Like, in no regard.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't feel like you can give it to him, trade him now.
Yeah,
trade him now before it's too late.
I would upgrade it though. Me. I would upgrade it, but I would like you said, it's either between Evan Mobley or Jared Allen.
Jared Allen for sure.
Because
I look at Mobley. Sure. The thing I will say though about Mobley is we might trade him and we might end up regretting it. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
I wouldn't trade Mobley though.
I don't think I would either.
I would probably trade Jared Allen at this point.
Who y'all moving between Garland and Mitchell?
That's the question.
I'm moving Mitchell, bro.
I feel like the most important part of that first though, you gotta the GM, the front office, they really gonna have to get an understanding on what Donovan Mitchell wants. Like how is he feeling? Like
yeah, that too. Yeah, that's what I was about to say too.
Yeah, they can get on the same page with that. Like, okay, I feel like you should keep no brainer Donovan Mitchell. But
I'm moving Garland because at the end of the day, I feel like Garland has only had one season in his career where he's played like a top 10 point guard.
Yeah.
Versus Donovan Mitchell, since he's been a rookie, he's been top 10, even top 5 at his position. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only reason.
He been a dude.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'll move Mitchell, bro. Because the only reason I move Mitchell just to see where his head at. Like, is he gonna bail on us? Like I could keep Garland and know that, you know what I mean? Like, he could still develop. Like, Garland's still young. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he got a lot of time, bro, still. So, and he a little solid point guard. So, I would probably keep him just as, because you don't know where Mitchell head is, you know? Like, Mitchell, like, well, hell, I average 30 a game, and I still can't get nowhere. I still can't get past the second round and stuff like that. He gonna think back to where the Jazz was, and he was getting bounced out like first, second round. So you know, it's starting to be a little bit too late. You know what I mean? Like, so why not move him just to get more better players with Garland? Because I feel like Garland could go far, man. Like I'll build around Garland and I'll build around Mobley. Cause Mobley's shot gonna get better too. Like Mobley, I feel like his only game is like he need like a consistent, like he can shoot, but he need that consistent, like I feel like when he get that consistent 15-footer jump shot, he gonna be hard to stop, bro. I feel that way.
He's gonna open
I would keep them too.
That's a lot of ifs, a lot of whens. a lot of hypotheticals.
that's how the
I don't like
game
to mess with hypotheticals. I want a championship. We don't play hypotheticals. Come on now.
I feel you, bro. But
I
you
feel like
gotta
when it
think
comes
about
to
the
Garland,
future
though,
also, man. You gotta think about that future also,
yeah.
because what if we do get bounced out, bro, and then Mitchell will be like, "Oh well, man, hell with this. I'm leaving." You know what I mean? Well, Garland will be like, "Well, we'll be back next year." You know what I'm saying? But I don't know them personally, bro. But I don't know, bro. Like, cause it's getting a little bit too late for Mitchell. Like, I feel like Mitchell probably got another about 5-6 years on him, bro. Like, he trying to get a ring now.
Bro, he like 26, bro. You talking
Got
like
some
he like
time.
35.
Yeah, he talking like, hey, he got some time. Hey man, just go ahead and send him to LA, man. Forget it, man. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But he's still, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I will say, if Donovan Mitchell's on the table, look out for OKC. That's all I'm saying. We don't keep it pushing. Look out for OKC.
Well, the thing about that is, that'll force him and Shea to have to kind of off-ball more at times, you know. But
we gonna see.
I think the coach, he can figure it out.
I don't think that's the right thing. Like, really, I don't. I feel like that him and Garland fit better than him and what you call it.
Hey,
Shea.
I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm just saying, I think OKC gonna be very interested.
Well, I think OKC.
I can see them being interested.
To make a big trade, but I don't know.
Get them a whole lot of picks.
I think they're looking to make a big trade though. I just don't know about that one.
I think my next team for you guys.
OKC there though.
I think my next team for you guys, blow it up, stay the same, or upgrade. The LA Clippers. Now, obviously, they just signed Kawhi to a max extension. But you got Paul George, he's a free agent. You got James Harden, he's a free agent. So what do you guys think them cats should do with their team?
I feel like really.
Well, I'm going to say that's a tough one, bro. For real. I want to say blow it up, but I also want to say kind of run it back. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say run it back. I'm gonna say run it back and see what you can get next year. Now, if y'all fall short again, like if what they first round, first round.
Let me say this though. Let me say this. If they're gonna run it back, that means they got to sign Paul George to a max contract.
That's why I want to jump in.
You're right about that. And they ain't trying to do that. I think they said that money wasn't the problem. It's just they don't want to give him 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, so now he's gonna potentially walk.
That's what I was going to say. I was stuck in the middle between, I don't think they can blow it up since they kind of commit to Kawhi. So I feel like PG already halfway in, halfway out. He already got a foot out there, though, if you ask me. So I feel like go ahead and get your offers right. Sign and trade him. Run it back. Sign and trade him because, when it comes to these grown players, they're going to find one way or another. They get out there, though. They're going to find a way. So go ahead while it's there, you hot. Sign and trade them. Get quiet. The Clippers really just a situation to where
Harden will be looking for a max too.
So my thing about them is like I would run it back, bro, because like
that's why they got no choice, really.
Yeah, they really ain't got no choice. And then like just think if Kawhi was like at least about 80% in that playoff series, what they would have won? You know what I'm saying? Like you
really they did start losing when he came back, though. I don't know. So.
He wasn't himself,
though. We
he
wasn't about Kawhi, though, man. Like
he was like about 40%, something like that.
Yeah, I think you know what I mean. What if he like even a 70%?
Facts.
I think before the playoffs, I did say that whoever won that series between the Clippers and Mavs was going to make the finals. So I feel good about that take, obviously. But I do think the Clippers were a lot closer to being contender this year. They were a lot closer previous years. The issue with them has been consistently injuries.
Yeah.
Their guys have been getting hurt at the wrong time. So I just feel like we run it back. We have one more year. We're going to see if Kawhi and Paul George can stay healthy. If not, listen, Paul George, he'll be tradable, okay? I don't know about Kawhi just because of his history, but Paul George at least will be tradable, and some of their other players will be tradable as well. So I think they should try their best to re-sign Paul George. Now, if they don't re-sign Paul George, now we having a completely different discussion.
Oh yeah,
because if we can't get Paul George,
really the problem, bro.
No, Paul George not the problem at all.
He's not the problem. They've been good when they're healthy. That's the problem. Their injuries.
I'm gonna just be
real, bro.
I hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be real, man. The Clippers, I feel like long as Kawhi health is like it is now, I don't see them making it anywhere. Just be honest. Gotta say how it is. And it's like
no, that's real talk though.
Because like think about it, if they're not able to keep PG, let's say hypothetically he end up just walking, they don't get nothing for him. Kawhi with who? Because if Kawhi go down, who gonna carry that load? Because PG was carrying that load a lot. Like his shoulders.
James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
Who?
James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
James Harden
and Zubac.
Bruh. Bro, I'm not putting my franchise in James Harden's hands, bro. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm the Clippers, I'm re-signing Paul George. I'm giving it one more year. If it doesn't work, I'm trading Paul George for young players and picks.
Are you re-signing James Harden?
Yeah, but I ain't giving him no max though.
Hell no.
We gonna give him.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be the. James Harden is going to want a max.
I feel like James is going to go get paid though. He is going to.
I do think James Harden. I think James Harden
the system. He gonna want to get paid. His system want to get paid.
Hell no, he can't get that.
Listen.
The system.
Let's say if a max is $60 million, James Harden knows he ain't finna get no $60 million.
He don't want to
leave. If you offer James Harden $40 million, he probably won't take that.
But why give him $40 million though, bro?
$40 million is kind of crazy though. But he'll want more.
Not in this modern NBA. That's how much contracts are.
I'm talking about
that's how much contracts are. $40 million.
I don't know if it's worth it for him.
I don't think it's worth
$40 million for 4 years. That's worth it. Yeah.
Not 4 years. I think I'm offering him a 2-year contract, $80 million. Take it or leave it. And if he leaves it on the table, guess what?
He's not getting nowhere, bro.
Exactly. That's my point. Because Philly not going to take him back.
That's like
right? Detroit. Why would he want to go to Detroit? Right? You know what I'm saying?
It's like when Dennis Schroeder turned down that LA contract.
He has been asking to go back to the Rockets, though.
Who? The Rockets?
Yeah. What about the Rockets, though?
They're not going to take him. Not with their players.
I don't feel like he fit their timeline.
Yeah,
and they would have to trade anyway. They would have to trade Dylan Brooks.
Somebody. You don't think nothing going on over there.
No.
So I think James Harden will have leverage.
Send him to Utah.
Hey,
he might retire, bro. He gone. He out of there. He not playing no more. I promise. James out of there.
I mean, but he could go somewhere and compete though, bro. But like, I feel like people will still take him though, bro. Like, I feel like.
I think Miami might take him.
Miami is
it's that culture that I don't know.
I was actually thinking Orlando, but I don't think Orlando will want him either. He has timeline problem.
It's tough to really see what James fit for real because
Orlando is good too, though, for him though. Orlando in the Heat though.
I think Orlando need like a wing, like a dominant like wing person.
Besides, they need a shooter.
They definitely need.
I mean, that's everybody. They don't need some shooters now.
They need a point guard who can shoot and defend. That's it. But a lot of teams
they got like 40 guards.
You don't think Jalen can defend though, bro?
He can't shoot.
Yeah, he definitely can't shoot.
Like, he can't,
they need both.
He a dog on defense.
They need somebody who can do both, shoot and play defense. A lot of teams need that right now.
Yeah, 3-and-D. Everybody need that. That's the hottest commodity.
No bull.
Well, my last scene for you guys. My last scene. Blow it up. Stay the same or upgrade. The Phoenix Suns.
I felt like that was coming.
I did too.
But
I feel like they can't even blow it up, really.
I want to blow it up. Now I keep it the same for real. I'll go get a decent center, bro, because Nurkic kind of weak, bro. I don't know.
You talking about Nurkic?
So you upgrade.
Kind of weak, bro. All right.
I just think the way the contract's set up, I don't know if they'll be able to make like real
It's
moves.
hard.
Yeah.
Really, they just gotta their draft pick this year. They either gotta draft a good center or they got to trade it.
Or,
I mean,
or
they're running out
draft
of
a
options.
good guard though.
They low key,
Draft
but
a good point guard though.
they low key
Right.
got
So
they got unless they upgrade it. Yeah,
I feel like realistically, you got to blow this up. Because I feel like that what they showed us is that basically that these super teams don't work anymore. And
unless you
bro,
home.
like they got they got 3 max players on their team, max contract players on their team. You can't afford no good role players, quality role players. You can't afford them.
It's like AD, Bron, and Russ. Yeah.
Here's
So
go ahead.
no, I was like, I just feel like you got to blow it. You got to blow that up, blow it up. And if I'm moving anybody, well, shoot, what you call it, got a no trade clause.
Bill.
So who knows if he would want to be traded or not.
I think
You got to. I'm getting rid of KD, bro. I'm sorry. I got to send him somewhere.
The problem with Phoenix right now is 2 things. Number one, they just hired Mike Budenholzer. They hired him for a reason. They want to contend, right? They're not looking to
get a
rebuild.
big contract.
The second the second problem is their owner, Matt Ishbia. He ain't finna sit around for no rebuild. So that's the problem. Right now, they're going to run it back. They're going to look to upgrade as much as they can. Now, what they should do is, like El said, they should trade Kevin Durant. Get him out of town. You need to trade him now while he still has some value. Because next year, when he's pushing 40, ain't no team finna trade for that. But right now, let's get KD out the door.
Well,
Devin
I
Booker.
feel like it can still work though, but I just feel like they need some toughness on defense though, bro. Like,
but where you gonna get it from though? Like all your money already tied up.
you can get it from KD, bro. You can get it, bro. They just need to start stopping people, bro. Like,
you need the right coach to push it in, like people doing Josh Hart.
I think Budenholzer is I think he's the coach to do that though, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. Well, he better than Vogel for them, I would say.
And them boys was hurt too, bro. Like them boys was hurt. You know what I mean? Too.
Who was hurt?
Bradley Beal had just got back.
Not in the playoffs.
Bradley Beal, man, I feel like, bro.
I don't think they got enough cohesion.
Was hurt, like, and the chemistry messed it up, though, bro. Like their chemistry messed up, like causing them. You know what I mean? Like when them being hurt, they really didn't play that much together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I feel like they need a point guard, like a point general, like, you know what I mean? Somebody like a Tyus Jones or something.
Chris Paul.
You know what I mean? Like,
Booker not a PG.
To fit around they stuff.
Yeah,
you
Bradley
know what I mean? Because
yeah.
Bill running point guard.
Well, you know what's funny though?
I don't know. It's just not a good look.
Booker.
You know what's funny though?
All 3 of them got the same play style though. Like,
I noticed this a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you need somebody that can distribute that ball around. Like,
ahead,
you know what I'm saying? Like, get some toughness on the center. Like, because I feel like Nuri, you know what I mean? I like him, bro, but he just weak, bro. Like, he got tossed around in the playoffs, bro.
He did.
I was gonna say,
what you were saying, Sharon?
I noticed this a lot, like especially in the West, because the West was so tight, so contested, right? I feel like we saw more than ever that the playoffs are so matchup based, and if one matchup went the other way, we having completely different discussions. If Phoenix didn't have to play Minnesota in the first round, they probably make it to the conference finals. If Denver doesn't have to play Minnesota, they probably in the NBA finals right now. You know what I'm saying? It's so matchup dependent.
Easy.
So let's say Phoenix ended up playing the Clippers, Kawhi gets hurt. Now all of a sudden they're in Dallas's position. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many variables that went into play, and I feel like that existed more this year than previous years.
Yeah. If you switch them
playing like previous year, it was Golden State running things.
I will give you that. That's
you switch them playing teams around and see who won. Because it might change the playoffs.
Yeah. You think about the past, Golden State, they not worried about matchups. They can run against anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they was running the West. Then you look at the Lakers, how dominant they were in the bubble. They was running the West. But I think ever since then, it's been so matchup dependent. Yeah. And so I think if I'm Phoenix, I'm running it back. I'm hoping I don't have to run into Minnesota again, because I think Minnesota was just amped up and they came to play. I think Minnesota and Denver are the teams that we got to avoid if I'm Phoenix, especially with their bigs too. They ain't got that big. They got Nurkic and that's it.
Wait, what team you said?
Said Minnesota and who? He said
Minnesota and Denver.
Denver. Yeah.
We ain't got the big man for that. But if you tell me I'm playing against Dallas and I can switch 1 through 5 with KD in them, or you telling me I got to play the Clippers and Kawhi's not right, or you telling me even the Lakers? I mean, come on now.
They can't beat the Lakers in the series, man. Nah.
Who can't?
The Suns. No.
Come on now. KD is LeBron's daddy now.
No,
you can do that.
Man, come on,
you can do that.
Come on, KD my dog, but you seen what happened when he was on OKC and they played in the finals. Now, come on now, let's be real.
He was hooping.
He was hooping, but he lost. They had 1 win.
It was James Harden who he ain't show up. Let's be honest. James Harden.
It was just too much Bron, bro. That's what it
was. His starting 5 was Kendrick Perkins. Come on now.
Like Kendrick Perkins.
Who was the starting 5? Joel Anthony, bro, or what?
But it didn't even matter who they 5 was because we already know.
It really did.
Yeah, Bosh and them know.
We already knew it from the. I mean, bro, I was watching that too, and it blew me because it's one that they could do, one that KD could do. He played.
I think either way, the series against the Lakers will be a lot closer than what they got swept right against Minnesota. So, hey, even the Pelicans or the Thunder, who knows what would have happened?
The Pelicans.
Well, I think the Thunder probably beat them in 7 games in a 7-game series.
Yeah,
who knows, right? I mean, you look at the West. Zion got hurt. I mean, if Zion's healthy, they not getting swept. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different variables that went into play this year in the West, especially.
But the Pelicans like the biggest what if story, man. And it
for real though, bro. I'm sad about
you see what Zion can do in that playing game now. Like
for real,
yeah, bro. I feel like he when they got hurt, they would have won.
Yeah, they would have won. I'll give you that. And I was pulling for LA, but they would have won.
He was hooping too, bro. He just randomly just got hurt. Like nobody noticed that he just was hurt. You just seen him walk into the locker room.
I think the Pelicans need to blow it up.
He was hooping too hard, and
that too, bro. Pelicans definitely need to blow it
They
up.
need to load up, bro.
I think they trading Brandon Ingram. I think he out of there.
They need to trade Zion.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
you don't trade Zion, bro. That's like
they need to trade Zion. Come on now.
For what?
I mean, that's kind of
like Zion been in the league. How long has Zion been in the league, and how many years he finished healthy?
Bro, that's
you got a point there.
Like 2021, right?
But that's my thing, though. If you trade Zion, that means the Clippers might well trade Kawhi.
No, 2019.
They might well get rid of him.
So he been in the league 5 years. He never played a playoff game with us. He never been healthy except for 1 season, which I'm pretty sure he missed the start of the season and he finished it healthy. But he never played a playoff game, nothing like that. It's time to get Zion out of town. Like I said earlier with Evan Mobley, players show you who they are. Okay, Zion has proven he cannot stay healthy at all. So why am I paying and making the face of my franchise when I could trade him right now? Shoot, I could trade him to a bunch of teams. OKC, give me 20 first-round picks for Zion right now.
No,
Guarantee the Thunder say yes.
Not 20. You ain't getting that.
I think majority of the teams are saying yes.
Majority of teams are saying yes to Zion.
He won up a time.
No, we could trade him.
If I called the Hawks, I said, give me the first overall pick for Zion. The Hawks saying yes.
Oh, yeah. That's a fire trade, actually. I think
that's a fire trade, bro.
I think both ways is a decent trade.
Well, the first pick might suck, so I don't know if the Pelicans
that man one of a kind. You one of a kind, man. I ain't counting them out yet, though, man.
I'll tell you another team right now, Miami. Y'all want Zion? Let's figure out a 3-team trade.
I think they get Zion right. I think they'll. Yeah.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy? I can see him hooping in Miami.
Yeah, I think him in Miami go crazy, low key.
I don't know. Miami got a lot of Holy fans.
It don't really fit.
Go crazy.
I feel like they'll find a way though, even though it don't look right on paper. I feel like them situations they'll find a way. With everything they got going on over there, they'll find a way.
But it's a lot of teams who gonna pay up for Zion. So that's what I'm saying. If I'm New Orleans, I'm shopping him right now because he can't stay healthy. And I'm shopping Brandon Ingram too. And I'm shopping CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
I think CJ McCollum would be a good fit in the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know how they're gonna make the money work. I don't know if they can make money work.
I feel like he'll be a slightly upgraded D-Lo.
The problem with CJ, he's not a point guard though. But
he's not.
It's playing him like a point, but he's not a point guard. I heard a lot of people saying that Detroit might, be in the mix for him just to get like a good vet. I don't know about that, but I could definitely see Detroit being in the mix for sure.
I think Detroit missing like a couple pieces, man. I feel like in the next couple years, Detroit gonna be all right, man.
We gonna have a conversation about Cade Cunningham, bro. He's one of them boys, bro.
He's one of them ones, bro. Dead ass.
What you call it? Brandon Ingram is on our trade. He's on our trade radar.
I won't mind seeing that.
Who? Philly?
Brandon. Yep.
We ain't worried about Philly, man.
You better worry about Philly, bro.
Philly could get Michael Jordan in his prime, and they still won't win nothing.
Hey, look. We blew it up. We blew it up this year.
Nah, we definitely blowing it up this year.
We blew it up. We got to do something.
I feel like we get that one. At least another like 16, 17 a game player, and then another like like role player like off the bench. I feel like we'll be all right. We'll be
Tobias Harris.
No, he got a roll.
Who y'all think Tobias is going to?
Nothing. He not.
Shanghai Sharks,
bro.
They gonna send on the bridge with Ian Simmons.
If Tobias Harris was somehow to make his way back to Philadelphia, I vow to everybody up here that I'm not watching no basketball next year.
Like,
and y'all gonna have to find somebody else to join the podcast, bro. Because I'm not doing it.
I'd rather have Ben Simmons, bro, than Tobias right now, bro. On God.
No. Ben ain't playing no games. He ain't playing
At least Ben Simmons gave me
unlimited
defense,
PTO.
bro.
Tobias ain't a bad player when he's your fifth best player, but if you got something to be your third best,
it's no coming back from what he did, bro. Like he basically went to 24-hour anytime fitness, bro. Like that game, bro. Like,
but
you might as well just ran the treadmill at the crib, bro. Like trash. You went 0 for 1, and you could have at least gave me like 10 rebounds.
And Embiid ball hogging though.
Huh?
Embiid be ball hogging.
He already know what Tobias Harris on. He already know.
Why we gonna pass him the ball, bro?
Yeah, I ain't passing that nigga the ball.
Hell no. You gonna pass too?
Hell no, I'm not giving that nigga the ball, bro. I'm looking the opposite direction.
Man. Don't give him the damn ball.
I let you not. I'd rather watch Maxey shoot over 3 people than watch Tobias Harris take an open shot. I'm sorry.
It's really sad, bro, because, like, how did he get this trash? He just came this
is the problem, bro. This is the problem. Fans like y'all be trashing on players. Now all of a sudden they go out there, they ain't got no confidence.
We go over what's real, bro.
Yeah, bro. We want to see people show up every night when they supposed to, bro. They get paid way too much money to be playing like that.
Hey, Els, he's saying that because his role players ain't doing nothing like that, bro. He don't have no problems over there. That's
role players over there putting up 30 a game in the playoffs.
You know how we feel right now, bro.
Drew Holiday, man.
About to win MVP, man. That's crazy.
Hey, you know what Philly needs right now, bro? They need Jimmy Butler, but y'all let him walk out that door.
Nah,
but Tobias Harris.
But y'all traded him for Markelle Fultz.
Over me.
They need Mikal Bridges, but y'all wanted Zaire Smith. That's who Philly needs.
Oh my God, Zaire Smith, boy, this guy is nowhere to be found right now, bro.
I know
Zaire Smith is nowhere to be found right now, bro.
He's somewhere working at Philly Steak Shop somewhere, bro. I don't know where he is.
Bro,
Philly needs to pay for that, bro. Y'all have Mikal Bridges. His mom worked for the team. He's from Philly. He went to Villanova. Y'all drafted him, and then y'all just traded him out the door.
Can we investigate the front office or something? Can we figure this out? Let me talk to the front office, man.
Me.
I say,
y'all got Daryl Morey now. Y'all gonna be all right.
If we fumble this bad this year on this free agency, bro, I'm not a Philly fan this year, man.
Philly needs to blow it up. Let's be honest.
We definitely got to blow it up with the exception of Embiid.
How much more can you blow it up right now, though? Should we have 4 people on our roster?
You know how much you can get for Embiid right now?
You can get a lot.
That had to be like a 3-team though, because that
no, it don't got to be no 3-team.
Who gon' bro?
I promise you, Chet Holmgren, he'll be on the table for Embiid.
Nah.
I promise you. Look, give us Chet and another pick.
I promise you.
Now, if you saying
that trade right now, New York.
If you saying Chet in one pick,
every trade. New York would trade everything except Brunson for Embiid right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's teams. Toronto would trade everything for Embiid right now.
Yeah.
It's teams out there that's going to trade. So
I
We'll
ain't
have to
getting
pull
that
out
up,
some
man. He one of a kind, man.
Phoenix for
I'm just
KD
not
plus
touching
some more.
him yet, bro.
even
I just-
Charlotte, if I'm Charlotte,
Nah.
I'm offering everything for Embiid.
I
Put him next
mean,
to
bro,
Melo, Brandon Miller. We cooking.
you send him somewhere.
yeah,
Send
Brandon
Embiid out
Miller,
west,
yeah,
bro.
he-
We can't. If we
Melo,
trade
Brandon
him,
Miller, Embiid.
if we was to trade him, we got to send him out west, bro. Like, it's no way that we send him to somewhere in the east and we got to deal with that.
You got to
Well, I
deal
mean,
with
no,
him.
shoot,
No,
actually,
sir.
go ahead, because he'll be hurt by the playoffs. Shoot, go ahead.
He gonna
If
try
I'm
to
Golden
kill us.
State, I'm trading everything for Embiid right now. Everything
He gonna
except
try to
That
Steph.
won't be
kill
bad.
us.
That won't be bad.
So let's see. But anyways, fellas,
I don't know.
it's past my bedtime. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, my back hurt.
We gonna go ahead and wrap this junk up. Yes, sir. It's great talking to you, fellas. We had a wonderful episode. And for all our fans listening out there, stay tuned, man. We got so many more podcasts coming up. Obviously, we're gonna keep breaking down the finals. We got the NBA draft coming up on June 26th. So we're gonna be chopping up about that as well. So any last words for you boys? Give it out now.
Shout out members, Mark. Little 0-calorie junk, you know what I'm saying? Sponsor us.
Shout out Sprite, man. We always looking for offers, man. We willing to work with y'all, man.
And Victoria's Secret.
Oh,
right. And PlayStation, we always open just in case.
well, yes, sir, fellas. We'll appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. I just got one last thing to say.
Don't do it.
Celtics in 4, baby. Let's go.
I told you,
Let's
bro.
go. All right. Y'all be
All right,
safe
man.
out there. You heard? Thank you for tuning into the lounge.
All right,
out.
fellas.